Hello everybody, I'm AJ and this is my unboxing and first impressions of the AYANEO Air, a new Windows handheld that is just fresh out of the oven. In the last video I told you I backed this little device on Indiegogo. The campaign did really well and this started shipping earlier than expected. My unit was supposed to come here on September 12th, but it actually arrived 2 days ago. I've been playing around with the device since then, and man, I had a lot to say about it. But first, let's do an unboxing. This is the AYANEO Air. Before even opening the box, you can already tell this is a premium device. The attention to details is top notch. Okay, real gamers, no gamers. That's correct, AYANEO, that's correct. Okay, moving on. We have a bunch of adapters I'll probably never use. This USB to USB-C adapter could be useful though. And here is my girl. This is the AYANEO Air, everybody. The model I ordered is the Polar Black 256 standard version. You know there are several different models, with different RAM and storage space. There is also a Pro model that offers a better battery and better processor, but those are more expensive, so I went with a mid-range model. Before even turning it up, you can already see the quality here. This is not one of those cheap knockoff consoles that play Nest rooms or something. This is the real deal. A full-on Windows handheld in the size of a Switch Lite. Crazy stuff. The finish is really nice. Look at these grips. Buttons look small, but after using them for a couple of days, I have no problem with the size. D-pad, gamer favorite rear cross. These sticks are one of the main selling points because these are actually Hall sensor sticks. You know how most controllers these days suffer from stick drift, like the Joy-Con and the DualSense? That is because current sticks use a mechanical part inside that wear off after some use. Now these Hall sensor sticks use magnets instead, so there is no physical part touching each other, which means they can't have drift, like ever. So big plus there for the AYANEO Air, it is immune to drift. Okay, let's turn it on. Like I say, I already played around with the console for a couple of days, so already have some games installed and everything set up. And I changed the RGB lights on the sticks to match my favorite Switch combo. What do you think? I want to show you the interface. So like you can see here, this is full-on Windows 11. You basically have a little laptop in your hands, but AYANEO was smart enough to make a front end called AYANEO Space. That basically makes the device look more like a console. It scans your games and also allows you to control other stuff like fan speed, battery mode, among other stuff. Let's play something. Man, this screen is something else. You probably can't tell in the video, but this screen is the real deal. It is 5.5 inches, but it is an OLED screen, so the colors are sharp and bright. It looks beautiful. One thing I want to share about the AYANEO Air is how different it feels from every other handheld I have used. You know, when you get a Switch, you just take it out of the box, put a cartridge on, and start playing. Everything is pre-configured to make your experience as smooth as possible. With a Windows handheld, it is a little different, because it is more like getting a new PC. You get a whiteboard that you have to configure in your own way in order to make it work the way you want. I haven't played much since I got my Air because I've just been downloading all the apps, Steam, Xbox, installing games, installing emulators, downloading my ROMs, updating Windows. It is a long process, but once you have everything ready and with the help of a front end like iSpace, everything starts shaping up after the initial setup. Another thing that makes Windows handhelds different from regular consoles is the TDP. I have to confess I didn't know what TDP was until I started lurking in the AYANEO Discord channel. TDP stands for Thermal Design Power, and it is a value that determines how much power the device uses to run certain tasks. Turns out regular gaming consoles already know how much power they need to play certain games, but with a Windows handheld, you have the option to set that yourself depending on the game you want to play. For example, if you want to play an old NES or Super NES game, you only need 5 watts TDP. That will be enough for 16-bit era games and below. You can also do streaming at 5 TDP, and that way you can maximize battery life because the device is using as little power as possible. If you move up to indie games or Wii emulation, you will start to see a decrease in frame rate, which tells you the games need a higher TDP. No problem, since iSpace conveniently lets you adjust the TDP on the fly. You go here, change the TDP to 8 watts, and boom, games start running properly. This will consume more battery, but it's still manageable. Things start getting out of hand when you go up to 12 TDP. Battery life suffers a lot, and the device starts getting hotter in the middle section. But you need 12 TDP to play more demanding games. This is all new info for any console player, so it can be a little daunting. But once you get the general idea, it becomes second nature. I don't like my device getting too hot, so 8 watts TDP is the sweet spot for me. If a game can run at 8 watts, I will just stream it instead. Luckily, streaming works really well on this device, and with that screen, games actually look better than they do on my TV. Okay, now I want to show you a little reel with some of the games I have played so far. Enjoy! So there you have it, this is the AYANEO Air, my new favorite console. I was a little overwhelmed at first with all the settings it needed, but now that I have everything ready, I'm having a blast with this machine. AYANEO went up and above with the quality. The device feels sturdy, buttons are great, the finish is top notch. And come on, look at this, the device is beautiful. I can see myself using the AYANEO Air a lot. So to sum up my initial thoughts, I had to say I'm impressed with the design. This is a beautiful device. It's more than I thought it would be. It is crazy that AYANEO was able to make a Windows handheld of this size. It takes a little bit to get everything configured the right way, but once you have it, it is a smooth experience. iSpace is a little buggy, but it gets the job done, and it is always improving. The device shines at 8 watts TDP. If you want to play more demanding games, I would recommend getting the Pro version instead, which has a better battery and a better cooling system. Overall, I'm impressed with the AYANEO Air. This is my first Windows handheld and I couldn't be happier. I'm glad I went with this brand and I really can't wait to see what they make in the future. Kudos to the team, you guys knocked it out of the park. So there you have it, my review of the AYANEO Air. If you want to get one, you can still order from the Indiegogo campaign, or you can also wait until they put it on the AYANEO store. Leave a comment if you have any question about the different models, I'll be happy to help as much as I can. And also subscribe, we are getting closer to 1,000 subscribers and we need to celebrate that together. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!